So as you know, this meeting is recorded. Okay. So coming back, paper one. Okay. So the essay, normally the passage that you will receive normally is 450 words, and they will give you 3 sub questions maximum. And then you have to write up to 150 words, and you have to write it in, obviously, in single paragraph, 1 paragraph. So moving on, and writing, they will have 5 topics to be sure. All right, it'll be factual, persuasive, cause and effect, compare and contrast, sometimes advantages, disadvantages. Okay, so it can be very, yeah. So I think allocated 100 minutes, writing should be 50% from your paper 1, and paper 2 will be another 50. So that's how they accumulate your marks. So you can read this on your own. Let me highlight those important things. So how do we write summary based on thing? Normally my students, if the good ones, you are very good, you have a very much comprehensive English, you can deliver very well, you can communicate very well. The moment you read, you can understand and go for question. You read the question, you quickly use these 5 things. We have why, what, when, where, who, and how. Okay, so you use this technique and you read the question. You read the question, you understand the question, you skim and read the text and underline the points. Again, I always tell my students, I know it's a bit time consuming when you want to rewrite your points and on a piece of paper in a separate sheet. You know why? Sometimes students think that, you know, it's very difficult for them to do so, but I will tell them, please do so, because at times to avoid some points to be repeated. Okay, there are chances some points to be repeated. Yeah, maybe they might use the other way of giving you the points. You have the options to choose the most appropriate point for your essay. So maybe you can combine. So you really have to rewrite the points. Don't think that it's all about practice. How much practice do you do before the exam? Okay, miracles doesn't happen in a day. You have to bear in mind, miracle doesn't happen in a day. So when it comes like this, practice, practice, and practice is very important. Okay, so and then rank your points and importance and similar ideas. So how you rank is according to your question. If the question asks you how the weather forecast has changed, okay, then you answer that question. You find the points which answer about the weather forecast. Okay, so it's not about which point you get first, then you rearrange. And then I have students who love to lifting points from the paragraph itself. So what will happen here is lifting is fine, you know, for the weaker students, because their objective is at least to gain marks and to pass. But the good ones, which you want are those who wants to score higher marks, higher grades. So what you can do is you paraphrase, you try to use synonym as much as you can. Okay, how you improve your vocabulary, how you improve your you want to improve your comprehension skill, your writing skills, and then how you want to know about the world topics that they are discussing. So what you can do is you do a lot of comprehension text. I just told everyone, I said, the more you do comprehension text, okay, reading, writing, you will learn subconsciously your vocabulary. And then let's say the topic is about today's, like maybe, chat GPT and so on, or artificial intelligence and so on, or genetically modified food, okay, GMO. So maybe you read the text regarding, because it's all relatable to your teams. So if you really read this kind of text, I'm pretty sure it has enhanced your text skills, and okay, skimming, scanning, and then how you question it, how you answer it, how you deliver the points. Definitely. All right, so coming back to your text, okay, hold on now. Okay, so example of summary writing. So normally, basically, you will have this. This one is taken from real exam 2019. Okay, do you have the book? Do you have the book? I mean, you can get the book from the market, right? All the past year questions where they have accumulated or they have arranged in a book. Have you? You have it? Did you purchase? Okay, so let me go through this. Okay, so look at the question over here, my dear students here. Okay, the risk factor, the risk factor and that lead to diabetes and have it occurs in our body and how it occurs in our body and how it becomes a serious threat of health. Okay, so again, 3 questions. Okay, if it is like this, factual is easier for you to identify points. Okay, so I think, can you annotate on my screen? Is it able to? Or should I call anyone to annotate? Can I? Can you annotate? No. Okay, so in that case, then you see here over here, my dear students here. Okay, the risk factor that leads to diabetes. Let's look at the first point. Okay, your summary should be continuous writing, should not be longer than 150 words. Credit will be given highly, yes, for the use of own words. State in the brackets in the number of words you have written. So look at the first paragraph. Normally there will be no points, but you need to have some ideas. So in 2011, the National Health and Morbidity Survey, NHMS, reported that the prevalence of diabetes in people aged 30 years and above had increased by 40% compared to the figure in 2006. So if you think diabetes is a disease that only affects older adults, you are sadly mistaken. So the survey showed that the prevalence was actually increasing across all the ages studied. Okay, so can you find any risk factor talked about here? Any risk factor? Do you think? Any risk in the introduction? Obviously none. So what is the particular concern of that is number of individuals who were unaware that they were diabetic and also increased. This was most apparent among young adults below 30 years, where about 3/4 were undiagnosed. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you are young or old, you should stop living in denial and start living a healthy lifestyle now. So the risk factor here to lead to diabetes is, as you can see, okay, as you can see over here, is this one. They are living in denial actually. Okay, so it was among the youngs below 30 years old where 3/4 were undiagnosed. So typically it shows that they are being denial to be sure, like, they don't care. Okay, they don't care. So coming back here, and then you look at that, there are 3 types of diabetes. Okay, name type 1, type 2, and more typical gestational diabetes. However, it's known as type 2 diabetes is the most common of the 3, accounting for almost 90% of all reported cases. An unhealthy lifestyle characterized as physical inactivity and overconsumptions of food are equally, okay, established risk factor for type 2 diabetes. Okay, so here they give you, okay, they give you the format, they give you the idea over here. So what is the reason they said? Okay, physical inactivity, you can take it. Okay, and then you can say overconsumption. Nowadays we love snack, yeah, we love, all of us, we love it very much. Okay, so genetics is another cause. Okay, genetic, age, sometimes ethnicity, all these. Okay, so what am I doing? When I read the text, okay, I focus on the first question, the risk factor that lead to diabetes. Okay, first thing you can say over here is like, you know, undiagnosed because they living in denial and start living healthy lifestyle. So you can begin your summary from there. Okay, so and then you start presenting your point. So when you read a text, okay, when you read a text, you skim, you scan, you highlight the first points, and then you go for, while you have highlighted the first point, then immediately you go for how it works in the body. So when you read and you understand the text, you know how it works. Okay, obviously you know how it works from here. Okay, and here they will explain to you how it works and how it becomes serious to health, and you can see they will talk under here. So when you read a text, you must know how to identify. All this is go with process. It's not overnight you can become Superman or Spider-Man to identify your bionic with your bionic eyes, yeah, to get the points. No. You again use the WH question. When I was reading, I was like, is this the risk? Okay, what are the risks? What are the risks? Then I asked myself, is this the risk? Yes, genetic is the risk. Physical inactivity is the risk. Overconsumption is the risk. Okay, so all these are the risk. Okay, and this is something that I have drawn on my screen. Okay, so coming back here. So let me present to you the points. Okay, this is the continuation. Okay, these are the effects of diabetes. Don't take all the unnecessary explanation over here. So because the question here is how it becomes serious threat to health. Obviously, it causes heart disease, nerve damage, kidney damage, eye complications. That's it. Do you need to take all these explanation? No. Why? Again, the question is how it becomes a serious threat to health. That's it. Okay. So coming back here, so I have segregate the points here. Okay. So risk factor which lead to diabetes. Okay. So as you can see, inactivity, overconsumptions of food, risk factors for type 2, and genetics and ethnicity and age may play a role in the developments of type 2. Okay, and how it occurs, I have mentioned over here. Okay, diabetes occurs when the pancreas cannot produce insulin and does not produce enough insulin. So this is the process where I highlighted the paragraph. Sugar becomes harmful when it is consumed excessively. When you read the text, and you will get it. Okay, first thing, did you get the PowerPoint slide? Yes or no? I need to see some feedback, yeah? Did you get the PowerPoint slide with you? Yes or no? Yes, so make sure if you have any questions, please ask me immediately if you got it, because I sent it earlier on. Okay, so you can read and understand. It's because it's just 1.5 hours. We don't have the time for me to go step by step. Okay, so how it becomes serious to health, then this is where. Can you see? Such as heart disease, nerve damage, and so on. Did I explain further? Not necessary, because we just telling that when diabetes is developed in the body, okay, heart disease, nerve damage, kidney damage, and eye complications surely be there. Understood, yeah? So what am I telling you is, again, go for the 5 steps. Read and understand the question first, okay? Skim, read the text and underline the keywords with the 5 W's and 1 H, what, where, which, when, how, and so on. Okay, and rewrite the points. Please rewrite so we don't overlap with another point overlaps. You can see how I segregate my points according to the question. It's very important to do that. You want your 15 marks, you work hard, people. And rank your points according to the importance. Did you see how I rank? I rank according to the question. So when I write, I use cohesive devices, connectors, and then I write my summary. Please do that. Okay, so this is how I started. So enhance healthy, if you see inactivity, direct to the point, developments, okay, diabetes occurs when the pancreas cannot produce and so on, uncontrolled diabetes, okay, and so on. So if you can see the summary, it's almost 150 words. Okay, almost under 50 words. So you want to make it interesting. If you notice, I didn't add any, like coincidental next. Furthermore, on the other hand, okay, I just used the word besides, I guess. The rest I didn't use much. Okay, because this depends on what kind of text you get. If you get too many points, more than 10, or points with many words, some words you cannot you cannot replace the words. You cannot paraphrase the words because it changed. Then use it. Never mind. Okay, you paraphrase it when it is really needed. Okay, and then any questions for summary? Yes or no? Wait, hold on now. No questions, thank you. So let's move forward. Okay, so give me a second. I need to make this away. Okay, so that is all about summary. And remember, your summary is every year they will change. Okay, again, as I told you, you must read a lot. Reading is from your workbook, okay, while doing practice. I'm not talking about read novel, newspaper, watch Netflix so you can improve. You are not learning English as communication or conversational tool. No. Okay, so when it comes to writing, it's better to do with essay writing. Okay, so practice makes perfect, yeah? Okay, so moving on to the next one. Hold on for a second, yeah? Okay, hold on. Let me stop sharing this. Okay, I have something else to share. Okay. Wait, hold on. Okay, you have the do and don'ts here. You can read on your own, okay? Because I don't want to go for the next one. So I'm going for the writing part, which you will have, which you will have a few to be shared. Okay, hold on for a second. This one. Okay, essay writing 35 marks where student need to write up to 350 words. Okay, so 350 words, can you see? Okay, you can see teacher's screen, right? Okay, good. That's good. If I'm lagging, please let me know immediately, okay? Okay, so 350 words, factual, opinion, persuasive, cause and effect, and so on. Okay, remember, argumentative, persuasive, expository, all these are skills of writing. Okay, so factual, essay, opinion and persuasive, not much difference. Okay, so persuasive is where you persuade others to your points for your essay. Opinion is you just saying like sometimes the advantages and disadvantages, yeah, it can be opinion based. Based on your opinion, you are telling me, okay, watching television benefited many students, okay? For example, they can learn how to communicate well, they can see a series of things happening around the world and so on. So that is benefit. So it's come from you. No, nobody is there or just to justify that, oh, that is actually correct, that is true. Nobody is there, okay, to justify that. Okay, so let's talk about the next thing that I want to share. Okay, the themes here is always about self-development. Okay, and then give me a second. Self-development. Okay, and then it should be social issues, which you have now. Okay, environment, health and hygiene, and science and technology and lifestyle. Because I noted that in your essay they have asked about MCO, how people change. Don't be surprised if they ask, okay, these kind of questions. Yeah, for example, how chat GPT has affected students in learning, in studying, or in further studies, or how it affect means can be positive, it can be negative. It depends on you how you tackle the questions. So these are the themes I think you're pretty sure you know. Okay, and then they can ask you many things. Okay, when you choose a topic, yeah, this is very long, let me simplify it. When you choose a topic, okay, you don't go for the easiest one. I always tell my students, the easier the topic, the difficult you will have to score marks. Because let's say I have 300 students, everybody will go for the easiest topic. Okay, they will go for easiest topic. So how are you going to tackle the examiner? You have to go something different. Okay, so that's why I said when you do a lot of comprehension text, it allows you to learn new vocabulary, it allows you to know the new topics around the world, and then it enhances your other skills too, like scheming and so on, your sentence structure. You can read, how they introduce the points. Okay, so when you choose the topic here. Make sure that at least from out of 5 topics, make sure you have 2 topics in your hand that you really can talk about. Okay, if let's say you cannot, again, I tell my students, don't give up. Take a deep breath, and then I'll just say, use the 5W and 1H. Can you answer that? Okay, so what do you know about the topic? Who is your reader, or who are your readers? Okay, so are they professionals? Okay, if they are professional, then you cannot use idioms, you cannot use proverbs in your essay. I wouldn't advise you to do that. Okay, so what are the other topics? Do you need the support from other researchers or not? If you need, so don't. So if it is just persuasive opinion based of writing, then it's a different topic. Okay, so coming back here, there are a few that I have highlighted. This is not an issue here, but I'm going to show you something else. Okay, hold on. Okay, so let me share you something else. Give me a second. Okay, I think you are well aware of this. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, this one. Have you heard this before or not? Peeled paragraphs. Have you? Okay, this is another technique here. Okay, peeled paragraphs. Okay, so peeled paragraphs. Okay, I will show you a few. Okay, I'll show you a few. It's not just one. Okay, peel stands for point, evidence, explanation, and link. Okay, link means you link to the first point again, the point. Okay, in overall, I would like to say that I have, it's not for your conclusion. When you introduce, okay, you have introductions. Okay, you have introduction. For example, you are telling television is more beneficial compared to disadvantages. All right, so and then you said you introduce television, this and this. Okay, it generally was helped many students and so on. So and then you put, okay, first and foremost, the benefits of having this TV or television at home help students to know the news around the world. So that is your point. So what is the evidence? Okay, you cannot say my friend watch and we share. No, students perform well. They share many world knowledge among themselves, and then you explain, and then you link again and say, in other words, television really benefited many students to get to know the world because it's not a must for them to travel by airplane to get to know about other cultures. So television plays a major role. So that is only for paragraph 1. So what am I telling you is when you introduce your essay, when you introduce your main point, okay, not your thesis statement, your main point, you must have explanation. You must have another explanation. And then you say it once again, what is your stance for that particular point? You have to do at least, I will always ask my students, please write at least 5 paragraphs. So 1 for introductions, 3 for bodies, and 1 for conclusion. So that's how I work with my students. So peel is another way of writing. You can use it for argumentative, you can use it for persuasive writing. Just tell me, remember whatever that you are learning, peel, teal, PEE, Oreo, okay, petals, okay, all these are techniques here. Techniques where you can add, you can use it for every essay that you can do. Okay, techniques for everything that you can do. So it's like this, like P for points. Okay, you can see, first of all, plastic bags are disastrous for our environment. Or there's another point, I believe dogs make better pets because they encourage family to be more active. So the evidence over here is, or examples, you can replace it. Okay, so this one, study shows that shopper use 500 billion. Do you think you can create this kind of evidence? It's impossible because